Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another early morning coffee talks. Listen, it's a great Monday. It is inauguration day for those who care. And just changes in life. Changes in life, changes in administration. Um, yeah, again, the new year is here. It's a lot of changes. And hopefully a lot of you already are starting to hit even some of your small goals, right? Hopefully, many of you are uh, creating momentum for yourself as we really get closer to the next month already. January is coming to a close really soon. So, again, hopefully, you guys are hitting small wins and building momentum. And I want to shout out to my wife, man, because today she has her own business. She's in the therapist space and she hired her first employee. Just big moves, man. But it started small, right? Putting in the work, you know, bringing on an intern to kind of fill out how she would move around with it. Who's working under her, right? Figuring out how to create the space and opportunity to be able to, hire an employee and things like that. Just again, man, all the work that led up to this. Those are the small wins. Every time, man, I did this. This goal got me one step closer to being able to hire an employee. This one task, these other 10 tasks. You get what I'm saying? Like just stacking wins. And from there, the big thing happened, which was like, all right, now we're at a place where we can hire somebody. So for me, man, again, just small wins is what create big momentum. And that's what I've even noticed through my personal journey is that your biggest success is starts with small victories. And even within that, are we celebrating the progress we're making? Or are we too busy chasing perfection? Right? So today, I really want to talk about why the small wins matter, how they build momentum, and how you can use them to really fuel your success going into 2025. For me, one thing I had to totally pull out my conscience is it's not about always getting everything right at once, but it is about creating consistent progress over time. Small wins aren't just milestones, but I will say this: they are the foundation of long-term growth, and that's something I've really took hold of, right? So when I think about the small wins and why they matter, or small victories, right? They are like sparks to a. They are like sparks, right? And they build and they ignite your confidence and drive. That's definitely something I've done because think about it like this, right? Let's say okay, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days a week. Okay, I'm gonna prep my food for the next 5 days. I'm going to um help my kids with their homework and show up for them for this week, right? Every day you do that is a little spark getting closer and closer to really ignite your confidence and your drive. Okay, I know I got this task at work that we got to get done in the next 3 months. What am I doing every day to put me closer to making sure that happen, right? And when you win those days every day, you accomplish those tasks you set out. Like I have a lot of time off today, right? I have a lot of tasks that I got on my list. I'm like, man, how can I organize this and get those small tasks done? Because I'm starting to notice that when I don't get something done, now I got to push it to the next week. And it just creates more stuff to do on days where I need more time to do the things that really matter, right? But I have to stop and give credence in terms of that. So just think about those small sparks that you need to hit earlier. That way it can keep building your confidence and drive. And that when you do that, that creates momentum that pushes you towards the bigger goals. All right. So again, I just kind of give you some examples. Just always look at it week to week, man. Some people, and I'm not saying you can't look at it month to month or year to year. You do need to do that, but again, Game of inches, right? I played football. Game of inches. You have to do the little things every day that push you forward to be able to hit the bigger goals, right? The small victories. But many of us, even before we get started, feel like everything has to be perfect. Or even if we're in the midst of doing what we need to do, we feel like we need to chase perfection. And guess what happens? We all lead to burnout, right? You have to just celebrate all the progress, because that's what's going to keep you energized. That's what's going to keep you going, right? It's going to keep you on track. All right. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But when you recognize and celebrate your small wins, again, like I said, it keeps you motivated. It keeps you energized, right? Treat yourself. Now, does that mean you need to go out and buy a bag because you meal prep? No, that don't mean that. But it does mean to tell yourself thank you, right? Speak positive life into you. Hey, I'm proud of you. Man, I knew you can do it. I knew that you wouldn't let today stop you. Hey, look how far you've come, right? That reflection, that reinforcement, all right? That positive self-talk. But how do you even get to that point? To have those small wins, right? You got to write down every win, man. If some people journal, some people pray. That's a form of just mental writing it down. And again, don't worry about how small it is. All right. You have to take note. Again, here's another example. It could be like, all right, man, I know that every day I'm behind an hour because at the time I'm waking up. I'm waking up at 6. It's putting me behind like an hour just to get stuff done. All right, you know what? I'm going to wake up at 5. And guess what? When you wake up at 5, now you're on your way. Because now you're like, you know what? I'm not behind no more. I'm either ahead or I'm right on time where I need to be. And you start showing up for yourself consistently. And be patient with yourself. You know, maybe you set the clock for 5 and you end up getting out of bed at 5:15. But guess what? Now you're 45 minutes ahead and not an hour behind. You follow me? And then say, you know what? I'm going to just keep pushing. I'm going to keep, pushing myself to get up out of this bed. So I can't be, behind. Those little things like that. Because again, those small wins gonna turn into habits. But you have to stay consistent with it. I know one thing that I'm attempting to do even more is drink a cup of water when I first wake up. I just learning more different, becoming more health conscious and how that kind of affects us. And that's just small things that I'm doing. Again, we're talking about small tasks that builds big momentum, right? And so before we get out of here, I want to just say this. Your journey isn't about always getting to the finish line, right? It's about taking consistent steps forward and celebrating every single one of them. Because even this life that we in has started and we don't see an end of it. Like I don't believe, me personally, that it's gonna end. Meaning not our personal life, but the world around us is created. It's just constantly changing. Now we have a lifeline on it. Most people live, I think the oldest person that lives like a little bit over 100, right? So we have an expiration date. And so don't always think that, man, I got to do this before I die. Enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy the small wins alone, because that's what it's about. It's not always about, man, I made it to this point and now I can just chill and don't do nothing. Because if you hear the successful people out there, they always talk about the journey, not about the end results, right? They enjoyed the process of growing and learning and all of that. So just think about, your small wins that you've had, and don't forget to celebrate them, right? Let it remind you that you are capable of doing great things. All right. So listen, go out there, make it happen. Again, no matter how small it is, celebrate those wins and allow that to build momentum in your life. And so with that, I appreciate you guys. Hey, drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time watching. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, if you got any value from this video, hit that like button And also hit that notification bell because we're dropping videos like this every single day. Until next time, I appreciate you guys. Much love. And y'all have a great Monday. Peace.